Hey there, folks. Welcome to FiddleHed Fiddle Lessons.
Just working on my Mr. Herbert voice. Got a lot of work to do, but anyway, we're gonna do the song House of the Rising Sun. It's not too hard of a tune, but I see it as an intermediate tune because you have to use low fourth finger, which is I think a more intermediate thing. Anyway, I'm gonna play the whole thing and then break it down for you part by part, note by note. Okay, so a good scale to do with this would be A Dorian, which is like A major but with low 2. Okie doke. So let's learn the first quarter of the A part. Okay, now let's do it with more flow. Okay, so it starts open A twice, one low 2, one low 2, then one note on open E, back to A3, and 2 open A's to end. All right? So, one thing I'm trying to do in these lessons, let me know if you do not like it, but I think it's very useful, is to encourage you to sing things, especially when there's lyrics involved. So, with this, there is a house in New Orleans. So what I'm going to suggest we do together is alternate playing it and singing it. Playing it and singing it. There is a house in New Orleans. There is a house in New Orleans. And if you cycle like that a little bit more on your own, you'll learn this tune so much better. You'll really just have it. You'll also be able to play better in tune, I think, because you're engaging your ear more. So anyway, we're only going to do that one quarter with singing, but I encourage you to do the entire tune that way, and you could eventually work up to singing and playing at the same time. And if you like this kind of thing, you can do it on regular fiddle tunes that don't have lyrics. You know, take a fiddle tune that, I don't know, and just sing laws. La 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 la, or make up your own words, okay? So now let's move on to the second quarter. With a little more flow. Starts E3 3 times in a row. Then it's going to go to E low 2. And then A3, and then back to open E twice. Here's the whole second quarter put together again. Got it? Okay, good. Let's just keep rolling. And if you have any things you're unsure of, you know how it goes, just pause the video, take some time to work on each one of these parts. If you're just, this is really easy for you, sorry, I'm trying to move it at median pace for everybody. Okay, so third quarter, let's do the third quarter. flow. So starts E3, it's kind of similar beginning to the second quarter. The second and the third quarter have this in the beginning. The third quarter is going to go to A low 2 now, and then 3. And then on A, open A twice more. Okay? And we end on D3, which is kind of a pickup to the fourth quarter anyway. So here's the whole third quarter put together. All right, now we're going to do the fourth quarter of the song. With more flow. So the whole thing starts with 2 A's, like the beginning of the song, like the first quarter. And then we're going to do this tricky little part. We're going to go D, low 4, 1, A, 1, open. So that end little phrase is. So this lesson's designed for somebody who's working on the low 4th, okay? And so this right here is a great opportunity to create our own exercise, okay, out of something in a song. So let's loop on this little phrase together. You could do that a lot more on your own. Do it 1,000 times. That's what Earl Scruggs would say. You can also start it on other strings to practice that fingering and practice it on other strings. Same exact fingering, starting on G string and A string. Not only will it help you map out your fingers better, you'll have much better musicianship and hearing of music if you can transpose things like that.
Excellent.
All right, now we're just going to put the whole thing together. That's the universal sign for putting it all together. Just made it up. And we're going to do the entire tune, but more slowly. Feel free to play along or just listening. You know what I'm going to say next. Listening is practice too. It is. Anytime you really listen, you could listen to cars going by, and if you really listen, it's music practice. Try it. Here we go. Starts over. So I just had a thought to close with. A lot of times when there's songs, there's long notes or sometimes breaks. And I've had students ask me, you know, what do I do there? Do I always have to play? It may seem like a funny question to ask, but it's a really good question. And the answer is it's kind of up to you. But you don't have to play the whole time. In fiddle music, most fiddle tunes, you're kind of playing the whole time. There's not a lot of rests, as there are in other kinds of music. But at the end of this phrase, I'll just show you 2 ways to do it, and you can contemplate which way you want to do. So, and gotta know one rest. All right, there's one way. The other way is, and you may do this different times in different parts of the song, you can hold that note out. Maybe do another bow. All right. Depending on if you want to keep the feeling going or something. So play around with that and see what you think. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching the video.
Excellent.